Greetings, fellow stone skipping enthusiasts. Skipper Chris here, and today I'm in my basement getting ready to make a big batch of rocks. I've got both my traditional 3D printed stamp molds that I've been using for the past few years, and some new 3D printed clip molds that I've designed and printed last week. The idea here is that this would get placed flat on the molding surface, cement gets put into it, sort of jiggled down to shape, and then when you're done, this little clip comes off, and the mold can be released. And this has the benefit of completely forming both the top and bottom chamfer on the rock. So I already tried these a bit yesterday and they work pretty well. So I think I'm going to be making a lot more of these molds because they require a lot less deburring and a lot less material waste. So you're going to see how these work. So yeah, the goal today is to make a lot of rocks, as many as possible. Got to get my quiver back out for some skipping practice this summer and in preparation for competitions coming at the end of the year. Let's get making rocks. The basic rock making recipe stayed about the same since New Zealand days. 3 parts iron sand, 1 part cement. Haven't been using clay, it's not really necessary, but would make these a little bit easier to work with. The iron sand has been a bit hard to track down, so I've been having to actually collect this stuff with a magnet along the shores of the White River and dry it, sift it, and then refine it again to get a little bit more of a pure iron sand. I'm gonna go a little higher percentage on the cement with this just to increase workability. See a bit of an update on what I've been up to since the last videos in New Zealand. So we moved back to Vermont in February 2022, spent pretty much the rest of the winter skiing, which was fantastic. We started jobs in Hanover, New Hampshire that spring, and then later that summer got a house in Norwich, Vermont. We had the Lake Perrin competition last September, which was a great time. Good to meet some skipping folks here in the US finally. Last fall we got a dog, which has been a lot of fun, a lot of work. Got plenty of fun AT skiing in this winter, which was really nice. Then been doing a lot of windsurfing this summer around New Hampshire and Vermont, which has been really great to get out for some fun sailing around. Other fun news was I got my old YouTube account, Gooner Longboards, reactivated thanks to my friend Leaf and some guy who got my old cell phone number. So whoever you are, thanks. I'll be putting all my windsurf, freedive, and other non-skipping adventures there, so be sure to check it out. But yeah, all in all, really not skipping enough rocks lately. So this is my attempt to get a late jump start on the season, make up a big batch, and get out for some practice. Alright, that looks pretty good. I think it's time to start making rocks. I just need to measure out the blob and form it in. And from making these yesterday, I've learned that you really want to make sure that the corners are fully filled, no air bubbles. Just really packing it in here. Grab a squeegee, slice off some excess, and then give it the old jiggle treatment. So, squishing it out flat, sliding it off. Now that is a nice flat surface, hopefully a fully filled mold. Alright, let's make a few more of those. So, packing the edges. Now, these might look like they're taking a long time, but trust me, all this time spent molding wet concrete is way easier than grinding cured concrete. Had a fun skipping encounter last week when I was in Alaska. Ran into a fellow skipper and fan of the Skipper Chris channel when I was eating dinner at a food truck in Juneau. What are the odds? So, of course, we met up the next morning, skipped some rocks at his favorite local spot near the Mendenhall Glacier. Very scenic, really fun. So yeah, really great to connect with a fellow skipper. It was fantastic meeting you, Calvin. Keep skipping and stay in touch. So yeah, the Alaska trip, that was pretty neat. Got some whale watching in, went to see a glacier, did some hikes, saw a lot of wildlife. Good time, still sort of jet lagged from that coming back, but it was well worth the journey. Well, it's been a pretty productive rock making session today. Got a lot of stones molded up and should have a nice big batch ready to skip within about a week or so. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll skip you next time.